turned 4 years old. For Bao, that would be next August. Bao is the first surviving cub born at the National Zoo since 2005. Her keepers are starting to get her acclimated to travel by getting her acquainted with a new crate. CBS News.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Except partly cloudy and near record warm temperatures out there through your afternoon. High soaring into the upper 80s. Tonight, lows only 62 to 65. For Thursday, near 82. A shower or two possible, with showers and thundershowers more likely tomorrow night, then breezy and cooler Friday. Did you know that you could purchase a home now with little or nothing down? Find your dream home with McBriar Realty. Call McBriar Realty at 706-657-2353 or McBriarRealty.com. And I'm Source 12 Chief Meteorologist Pat Report. On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Hot News Talk 1240.
AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio. With your chance to win $124 in cash and $124 in food every week with the Hot News Talk Radio 1, 2, 3 NASCAR contest.
Hot News Talk 1240.
All you have to do is guess who's going to be first, second, and third place in the upcoming NASCAR Sprint Cup race. If you guess it, you'll hear your name live Monday morning at 11:30. Then call AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio to win. Enter your guess right now at Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road, Chattanooga. Diesel Off-Road Technology Solid Daisy for your four-wheel drive and truck needs. Stuff and upholstery with premium rubber foam. Amigos Mexican Restaurant next to Staples and Hickson. Drink specials during the race. Cell Surgeon, the Broken Screen Doc. And Shooter's Supply, 4824 Hickson Pike in Hickson.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Enter your guesses now and listen to the race live to win $124 in cash and $124 in food from Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Hot News Talk 1240.
I love NASCAR.
Hello and welcome back to the Art Beat of Chattanooga, where art lives. I'm your host, Jillian Collins, local artist and gypsy, and I love to talk about art in Chattanooga, the beauty of art, the beauty of Chattanooga, and all the amazing things to offer society and the intellect, connection in life. We're here today with Cassandra Tucker from Divine Purity. She is a repeat guest here on the Art Beat of Chattanooga. Welcome to Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240, the Art Beat of Chattanooga. We are going to be feeding live on Facebook starting right now, so you can join us for this show. We're going to talk to Cassandra about the wonderful home business she has of the art of making you feel amazing.
Absolutely.
So Cassandra is a wonderful entrepreneur, a great family business, and we met at the Chattanooga Market over a year ago, year and a half.
Almost 2 years ago, yeah.
Cassandra had just spent 6 months as a entrepreneur outside of the traditional workforce, and you're probably working harder than ever, right, Cassandra?
I am. Things have picked up tremendously within the last couple of years, and I'd have to adjust this and actually move around here. Yeah. All right, I think I have it.
Crazy
Hopefully you guys can hear me.
So hello to everyone on Facebook. Feel free to follow us. We're going to just have a good time here. I do want to mention that, as I said, we're Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. You can tune in on your TuneIn Radio app. You can see us on YouTube. You can tune in on your radio. So we're just here talking about all the wonderful things going on in Chattanooga in the arts. And I believe we are leading the renaissance of the modern age in Chattanooga here. And we have an energy center of amazing, creative, intelligent, and business-minded people in this city. So we're here with one of them today, Cassandra Tucker with Divine Purity. And it smells amazing in here.
Thank you.
Cassandra has brought her little goodies, candles and shower tablets. Maybe?
No, these are actually wax melts that go with the candle. So if they have a burner at home, they can use these if they don't feel comfortable lighting a candle. Awesome. So these are the wax melts that go in an oil burner.
Yes, and so you have been at this for close to 2 years as far as a full-time business.
Correct. It'll
as
be
a family.
Yes, it will be a full 2 years, October 31st.
Woo, happy Halloween.
Yes, that was my last day on my job, and it has been just an awesome journey. I never saw myself being an entrepreneur, and just to see how things have unfolded in the past couple of years is just truly amazing.
Yeah. What were you doing prior to, your full scheme ahead with Divine Purity?
I was a customer service representative for a high-risk loan company, which went against everything that I believed in.
Yeah, that's a lot different than what you're doing now.
Absolutely.
And now you and your husband and children are basically full-time home-based to Divine Purity, and you're all in this together. You're kind of the figurehead of the company, but behind the scenes, there's a lot going on as well.
Absolutely. I mean, my husband, he actually now, because he's full-time now with the business, has been now for about 6 months. So he's now into making products. He's even doing some of the marketing as well. Our youngest son, he'll label. He'll talk to people. He'll come to the booth with us sometimes and actually set up. And our oldest one, which is 17, he's in Knoxville today. He handles the Instagram and the Facebook page for Divine Purity.
There you go. Utilize those kids who like to do that anyway. And
Yes.
so you've got your son who is a natural at that,
Mm-hmm.
taking on your marketing aspects, which are already going to add to his resume. And that's excellent. You have excellent boys. I've met Cassandra's family more than once, and they're an amazing family. And Cassandra, I know I follow you a lot on Facebook, and your purpose for Divine Purity. Can you kind of share that with our listeners here on Hot News Talk Radio with Divine Purity? And I'm your host, Jillian Collins. We are just talking about this local family and the amazing things they're doing and how the business is growing. So we're kind of touching base back with Cassandra on how are things now. 3 months later, we're speaking. And so give us a little bit of an overview of how you got into Divine Purity and why you do it.
Okay. How I got into Divine Purity was from taking care of my grandmother. We led a holistic lifestyle after she was diagnosed with several diseases. They gave her 6 months to live. Well, from that, I decided that I didn't want to relax my hair anymore. And so I stopped and I started making products for my hair. People started buying them. Well, I am a believer in God, and God spoke to me and told me that I needed to change the direction of Divine Purity and focus on natural skin care, because doing natural hair care, it basically boxed me into one people. I'm not just for one people, I'm for all people. So I took the advice of the Creator, and I did. And from doing that, Divine Purity was birthed. And so it all started with Grandma.
And I know that you shared that she had a short time to live. You said 6 months. How
6
long
months.
through the natural care did your grandmother remain? Because I've heard this story.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years just from changing her diet.
Yeah. So her life was benefited, and through that, it seems to have stimulated your heart toward serving the community with these very clean, very nicely made products. And what is the base of your skincare? What do you, not your whole formulas and everything, but what is so beneficial? What are you putting in there?
Okay. There are 3 different oils that you'll find in every one of my products that go on your skin, excluding candles, which is hemp seed oil. Hemp seed oil is such a great oil. Omega-3s, omega-6. You can ingest it. It's really good for skin degenerative issues like eczema and psoriasis. It actually penetrates the skin and goes deep down. And so I really love, and it's not heavy, and it's very green, and I love that. The other one is safflower oil. Safflower oil is a great oil as well, full of iron. It just has so many of the components that the skin needs in order to thrive and not look so dry and ran down. Once again, it seeps into the skin. There's nothing that sits on top of the skin, and so you're actually getting healing from the inside out.
So you're also getting some nutrients through these
Correct.
oils, because your skin, being your largest organ,
Correct.
is
Oh my
absorbing
gosh.
these things.
Yes.
Hey, I homeschooled my kids. I know that. I took biology.
Yes, the skin is the largest organ.
Yes. So you're basically not a doctor, but your biggest concern is the skin.
Yes.
Which, without that, we're in real trouble.
Absolutely. I don't think that we even think about what the skin does. I mean, it regulates temperature. It hides our organs. Just think about that.
It holds our fat in.
It holds. Well, I don't know about that, but it
sort of.
And so you have to think about the fact that anything that you put on your skin, 87% of it goes directly into your bloodstream. So October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
So let's talk about parabens, because parabens are in all of our lotions, not mine, but parabens are in lotions. They're in deodorants. They're in pretty much everything.
Shampoo, conditioner. And your liver has to filter everything you put on your skin. You may not realize this, but it is filtered through your liver. When you're using your scented things, which you use some very pure scents in
Absolutely.
your products, your liver has to filter out the chemicals and the impurities from what you literally are putting on your skin. It's
Correct.
An organ, and your body has to detoxify the things that it can't use.
Correct. And that's the reason why it's important to sweat. A lot of people like not to sweat. Deodorant, you should put on deodorant to absorb an odor, not to not sweat. You need to sweat because that's the body's way of naturally detoxifying itself.
Yeah, well, if you're going to wear a little back dress to a fancy function, then that might be the time to take a little break for that. But our body needs to do that. It's our skin's way of ridding itself of toxins.
Correct.
And cooling our body.
Correct.
And all that. So
yes.
So have you had to take science to learn this? You must have had to do a lot of research.
I did take biology when I was in college, but I've done extensive research. And I mean, one thing will lead me down a rabbit hole to another thing. So I've just learned a lot of it just by reading and actually understanding my body. I mean, this came through trials and tests with my own body, with the products that I make. And yeah.
Yeah, because you have amazing skin. And so at one point, I remember you and I having a conversation where you told me that the oils are the real key to softer and more supple skin as opposed to lotions. Can you confirm that and tell me, our listeners, why?
Yes.
Divine Purities oils are amazing. If you want a back rub, you get some of that and use your oil. It's wonderful. It's not greasy, but it remains for a while. It's fantastic stuff. Wonderful scents, and you're going to be spoiled once you try it.
Absolutely. The reason why oils are much better than most lotions, is because oils do not contain water. Water naturally evaporates. So that's the reason why you end up having to put. Let me rephrase this. Most of the lotions that are on the shelves nowadays are full of chemicals that don't do anything but mask anyway. So there's no real moisturizing going on, period. It's just something that appears to look that way. Okay. So if you have a quality lotion, you'll be good. Okay. But as far as oils are concerned, oils do not evaporate, unlike water. So that's the reason why you have to apply lotion more often, because water is the main component in lotions versus no water being in oils.
Right. So let's talk about petroleum in products, because you'll see that in so many products, and shied away from using that. I'm sure you know a lot about why should we look for that and possibly avoid that in our products.
Petroleum, the only thing that it does, it actually goes on the skin and it does not allow the skin to naturally breathe. So where there's nothing going out and there's nothing coming in, and that's not a good thing. Your skin is a living organ. It needs to breathe.
Right. And so the petroleum is it seems then it's like you're saying, is masking. You're putting this lotion on and you're feeling moisturized because the petroleum is creating a seal over your skin.
Correct.
And it's not actually penetrating and creating a more supple, like collagen, for instance, will rematrix in with your skin. It will support your elasticity of your skin.
Right. So
you're using things in your skincare lines that literally penetrate, like hemp oil, similar to emu oil, perhaps?
Correct. It's just of course, emu oil comes from a bird. So I would say if you like emu oil and you're a vegan, or if you weren't always a vegan, but you liked emu oil and you want to find something that's close to it, hemp seed oil would be your next closest thing to emu oil.
Right, because it's most penetrating to the skin. So do you get the question with your hemp products? Being in the natural industry myself, there's the question, well, is that marijuana?
Absolutely not. They are two totally different things. However, they are related.
Yes.
But they are not the same thing. It does not have THC in it. And so you can't get high off my stuff.
Off of hemp. Yeah, hemp is used in a lot of natural fibers are used in clothing, and the oils are used in a lot of the supplement industry.
Correct.
Hemp powder, protein powder is very nutritious, very readily absorbed by the body because it's plant-based. So
Correct.
your products are then vegan.
That's correct.
So that's excellent. And your website is?
www.divinepurity.natural.com.
So you can find Cassandra's wonderful products at divinepurity.natural.com. And Cassandra has brought some of her candles here, and we're going to kind of smell them, even though you can't. I wish you could because they're amazing. And these are your fall line, Cassandra. So
Yes.
would you tell us about, here's Harvest.
Harvest, all of our candles are limited edition candles, so we only make a certain amount of them. The Harvest, I made 75 of them, so once they're gone, they're gone. All of our candles are made out of coconut wax, which is 90% organic and 10% natural. And so they're skin safe. So Harvest, we had a hard time picking out our holiday fragrances.
Yeah, we all vote on Facebook for Cassandra's names
Yes.
of her new products.
Yeah, so we had a hard time picking out the fragrances because one of the things that we believe in is that nothing should smell perfumey. It should always be of a natural substance. And now our candles, we do not put essential oils in our candles because they're very volatile. Okay?
In a burning form.
In a burning form.
Right. They're very medicinal in other ways.
Correct. So if you love the smell of your essential oils, what I would suggest that you do is get a diffuser and use it that way, or get you a mixture and spray the area. But I do not recommend that you ever put essential oils in candles.
All right. So that's a great point. So what do you use to get your lovely scents?
We use a phthalate-free fragrance oil, which means that you can smell it and it's not going to give you any type of cancer. It's a very clean burn. So we have a very reputable company that we get our fragrance oils from.
And a very interesting thing about Cassandra's candles, there is a wooden wick in these.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear it's probably saved me from burning down my apartment one time because I went to leave. You know, you do your sweep. Is everything off? And yep, everything's off. And then I turn everything off and I hear crackle, crackle, crackle. The wooden wick was making a little crackling noise and it clued me in. You forgot to blow out your candle.
Right.
So that actually saved me potentially from having a disaster,
Very
along
good.
with it being
Good
very
candle.
beautiful and fun.
Yes.
So what about Live? How'd you come up with this? This is a holiday scent as well. It says leafy green, pine, and cedar.
Yes. And this is for those who absolutely love the smell of a fresh Christmas tree. It smells just like a fresh cut Christmas
Merry
tree.
Christmas.
So she's already in the mood.
Yeah, this is great.
So for people who maybe have small spaces, who can't have a big Christmas tree, this will bring the Christmas tree right to them. And the reason why it's called Live is because that's what the trees do. They live.
That's what I thought when you said that is, or people who don't want to cut down a tree every year and, sacrifice a tree. Some of us have fake ones, for that.
Right.
Just don't want to have a live tree. And this is, to me, crucial for Christmas time because if you don't have that scent, it doesn't feel like Christmas.
Right.
And this truly does smell like a Christmas tree. It's lovely. And Noel. So here we have orange peel, cinnamon, and cloves.
Mm-hmm. Do you smell them all?
Oh, yes. A very nice blend that nothing is overwhelming.
Correct.
So, and these are beautiful. And Cassandra's logo that we also voted on Facebook,
Yes.
is in different colors. You've changed your holiday colors up on your logo for your
Correct.
labels. Very nice.
Just for these. Otherwise, it'll still be blue. But Noel reminds me of Christmas as a child. All the different smells and the spices. It just has a very familiar fragrance. And so that's the reason why I named it Noel.
And home. This one, when I smell it, I just go to this place where
Home.
I feel comfy and just
Warm?
happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this has nutmeg, spice, and vanilla.
Yes.
Yes.
And so that actually smells like baking.
Mm.
Okay. Like when you go home back to wherever that place is, and if your mom is still with you and she bakes, that's what it reminds me of. I had a girlfriend who came in and bought one and she immediately started crying. She says, this reminds me of my childhood. It smells like mom and grandma in there baking and doing what they do. So all of our candles will have a very familiar smell. They will not smell perfumey. If you have allergies, they won't mess with your allergies. And a great thing, October 31st, I'm actually having a candle sale.
To celebrate your anniversary?
To celebrate my anniversary. It is 25% off of all of our candles. So that's essentially buy one, get one half off.
Yeah, that's excellent. And they burn how long?
They burn for about between 55 and 60 hours.
These little guys that were here, they're probably what?
9
4
ounces.
inches tall? How tall are these?
They're 5.
5 inches tall. They really do burn a very, very long time, and they burn to liquid. They don't burn all askew and that sort of thing. Believe it or not, we have like just under 2 minutes left, and that's amazing. It's gone so fast. Now I'm trying to remember this other question I wanted to ask you because I'm into all these scents and having all these, woohoo, this is Christmas time. So I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to ask you. But, if you can give a quick synopsis of the next little time coming up with you, you're going to have some sales. You got your website.
Yes.
But why is this art? You're on the Art Beat of Chattanooga, Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. The definition of art is we create something to evoke an emotion.
Right.
So along with the skin care issues and that you're evoking, you can tell you get joy.
I do.
With creating these scents that create an emotional response in people of a positive response.
Absolutely.
So it's art.
It is truly art at it. Art in a way that I even didn't ever know that I could even create art. Seriously.
Right. And this is a wonderful thing. And it's growing. You're growing rapidly. You're in multiple stores. If you want to give us a quick list of that, we got a few seconds left.
All right. We're in Nutrition World Only Highway, Belvoir Gardens in Brainerd. We're in Knoxville Soap and Candles. We're in Mountain Outfitters in Mount Eagle, Tennessee. We're in Spelon 3 in Ottawa. And we just got a partnership with the Partnership of Chattanooga, and we'll be in their consignment store November 1st.
Well, congratulations, Cassandra, because when we met at the market, I was so drawn to your energy, your smile, your product, and it's so exciting to follow the success of your business and your dream and to see your smile and your joy in doing it.
Yes.
And, see another very artistic, intelligent entrepreneur in Chattanooga, living locally, providing services of joy and art to the local community.
Absolutely.
And, a wonderful family. So visit Cassandra's website, and she's fun to follow on Facebook. Cassandra's a bit of an encourager. Always has something fun to say. So thanks for joining us here on the Art Beat of Chattanooga, AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. I hope you have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. Check out Faces Unmasked. It's a fundraiser coming up for children with craniofacial disorders. Google Faces Unmasked, and please support that because they're doing great things here for the kids in Chattanooga. Thank you, and have a great day.
Bye.
Wars come and go, but my soldiers stay eternal.
Now you can listen to Hot News Talk Radio anywhere streaming live at Noogaradio.com. That's Noogaradio.com.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Wow, we're not in Kansas anymore. Check out all these awesome guitars, amps, pedals, banjos, and so much more.
Suddenly, you're transported. You are on stage. Anticipation. Your fans are counting on you. You begin to play. Ecstasy, excitement, artistry and chaos, thundering applause, rock and roll.
Charvel, Gretsch, Supro, Jackson, EVH. Fulfill your dreams. Guitar, piano lessons, and more. Located at the corner of Boy Scout and Middle Valley Road in Soddy Daisy. Judah Guitar Music Store, where all your wildest dreams come true. Call 423-618-9911. Judah Guitar Music Store, where all your wildest dreams come true.
This is Mike, and for the record, at Northgate Mall. We're the largest complete record store in town. We sell old and new vinyl records, celebrity posters, music posters, and we are the largest in town. Come see us.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
When you crack your screen, mess up your charge port, you get soaked in a rainstorm, what do? Save money, save big, fix it, get surgery. There's a cell phone hospital near you. It's the Cell Surgeon. Adam Disbro, the man in white, he replaces your screen, fixes your buttons, gives you back Twitter, Facebook, your online universe. Walk-in patients go to Cell Surgeon in Ottawa. Cell Surgeon is new in Ottawa, next to Zaxby's. Other docs in the cell repair business are just lab coats. The doc at Cell Surgeon is the best. He wants you to be happy, fix your phone, save money, and save time. Every minute is valuable, and Cell Surgeon doesn't want to waste a second. Your wireless MD, the Cell Surgeon, quick and precise with your device. Takes an hour or less. Northgate Mall, Cell Surgeon next to Old Chicago Pizza, 900-8263, thecellsurgeon.com. Like him on Facebook.
You used to call me on my. You used to. Money, like some money. I would buy and
On your signature, you can get $150,000. Can you believe that? $150,000 on your signature. Hi, I'm Bruce Krebs with the Entrepreneur Source. There's a program right now that you can get $150,000 on your signature with no pledge of collateral or personal guarantee. Call me at 423-875-5621 to learn more. 423-875-5621. You've been thinking about starting a business? Don't do it on your own. I have a proven track record for the last 13 years, a 96% success rate. I can guide you into a franchise where you will pay yourself through the startup phase with very low or little risk. Call me now. I'm Bruce Krebs at 423-875-5621. And make sure to listen to the Entrepreneur Hour every other Wednesday from 11 to 12 o'clock. Call me now, 875-5621.
Hi, I'm Sabrina with Sabrina Realty Associates. Now is a great time to sell your home. In our area, inventory is at an all-time low, which translates into higher sales prices. Call us today at 423-499-7780 to set up a free consultation and discuss our unique and aggressive marketing programs. We will provide you with a free market analysis to determine the right value of your home. Call us today at 423-499-7780 or visit our website at sabrinarealty.com.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Hot 1240, Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. Well, it just goes to show that some people still have faith in the system. Early voting has started and lines were going around the block at some polling stations, some complaining the lines were too long and that perhaps the Election Commission wasn't prepared for so many people to show up. Nevertheless, over 2,000 total votes have been taken just yesterday, and more are expected as the weeks go by. And a man with a lengthy criminal record who's accused of being a member of the Bounty Hunter Bloods gang has been caught on video, according to the police, shooting a man inside of a vehicle and then walking away. A police statement says that McKinney fired one shot into a vehicle and walked away. A shooting victim has not yet come forward, although a man was definitely pierced by a bullet in the video. And the Watts Bar nuclear power facility is now up and operational, providing more than 500 million kilowatt hours of carbon-free energy. Watts Bar now joining 6 other operating TVA nuclear units, which supply the region with power. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
Expect partly cloudy and near record warm temperatures out there through your afternoon. High soaring into the upper 80s. Tonight, lows only 62 to 65. For Thursday, near 82, a shower or two possible with showers and thunder showers more likely tomorrow night, then breezy and cooler Friday. Did you know that you could purchase a home now with little or nothing down? Find your dream home with McBriar Realty. Call McBriar Realty at 706-657-2353 or McBriarRealty.com. And I'm Sorgene 12, Chief Meteorologist as report.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Welcome back to the Art Beat of Chattanooga, where art lives. Really glad you're back for the second half here. I am here with Victoria Priest, and she's an amazing lady living here in Chattanooga. And basically, I'm just going to kind of find out a lot more about her today. We've worked together on a couple projects in the past, and I've seen Victoria a lot throughout Chattanooga. I find her a very encouraging spirit and I'm really excited to have Victoria here. This is Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240, the Art Beat of Chattanooga. I'm your host, Jillian Collins, a local artist, and I love sharing all about the arts in Chattanooga, the amazing entrepreneurism of the artists, the intelligence, the outreach we have in this community toward nonprofit assistance through the arts. We've got Unmasked coming up. You can Google that. It's a fundraiser that supports children with craniofacial disorders, and that's coming up very soon in October. It's a very important, worthwhile event because they literally give information and assistance to families who have to have multiple surgeries on their children from birth potentially into early adulthood. So it's a really big deal. So Faces Unmasked, you can just Google that and find out all kinds of information. So basically, I'm going to ask Victoria to introduce herself, and this is going to be kind of a relaxed show, and I've titled the Facebook feed Nude Yoga, and we are going to talk about this because Victoria has conceived of this, and we ladies are all a bit twittering about it. We're like, oh my goodness, can we do that? We're not going to tell the location of this class, obviously. And if you are a lady and interested, Victoria will give you ways to get a hold of her. But I follow Victoria on Facebook again, and she's an amazing spirit, and a singer. Reminds me a bit of Joni Mitchell, just sings from her heart with her guitar. And so, Victoria, can you kind of introduce yourself and tell our listeners who you are and what your dream is, where you're heading?
Those are great questions that I ask myself on a daily basis. Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria Priest. I've been in Chattanooga for 4.5 years. Who am I? Again, it's an ongoing journey. And what were the other questions?
Well, I know that you sing, and obviously you write the songs. I think you write some. And I guess I'm kind of personally interested in that because I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. I'll scroll through, but I'm super busy like everyone else. But I tend to take time to stop for your songs.
I take time to listen to my songs.
Yeah, we got to see, right? Yeah, so can you tell me, like, what's going on with your music? What is that something coming out in your life recently more than it did? And are you heading somewhere with it, or are you just letting it flow as it comes?
Got it. I would say both. My dad's been a musician for all of my life, I'd say all of his life. And so I grew up in a musician family, and I'm just, that's a part of who I am, I guess. That's a part of how I express myself. I put it to rest for a little bit as I was evolving and how I wanted to express myself through music. And I've just recently picked it back up, which is why all those videos that you're seeing on the Facebook. I have a lot of fun. I love doing impromptu from the heart, how I'm feeling in the moment. That's usually how I operate. I incorporate singing, like an intuitive singing, native, whatever I'm feeling in my yoga classes, which I love. I provide music on the Facebooks and a jam with my friends. And that's ongoing and also very from the heart and in the moment. And I don't have specific details on where.
Right. And I think that's wonderful. I find that it's personally difficult for me to post, this is how I'm feeling today, and I'm going to read this poem to you or sing this song. And I admire people who can put themselves aside and just share their heart with the world like that. And it's in a humility and a love that I find amazing. And so I suppose that somehow that part of you has led you are a yoga instructor in Chattanooga, and you teach in more than one studio?
Yep, I teach at Toes Yoga Studio in Old Town Brainerd, right through the Macaulay Tunnels or the Missionary Ridge Tunnels. Toes Yoga, you can look it up on the Google. And then I teach at Peace Strength Yoga Studio on South Side, Rossville Avenue. Those are my two main locations, and they're both amazing.
Do you teach restorative, or what sort of yoga are you teaching?
I teach a Hatha flow, which is more physical, but I personally have lately come into appreciation for the physical, but I always try and bring a well-balanced mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual aspect to it, just because that's my practice. And as a teacher, that's where I'm most, and a person, that's where I'm most authentic, is coming from my experiences. And I love restorative. I do an explorative restorative where we explore the different ways you can restore yourself, whether that be through a little bit of physical challenge or through traditional long holding poses with a lot of props and We use music. I have friends come in to play live music with me. I have a local massage therapist and yoga teacher as well, Shane Ginder, who does hands-on assistance in my yoga classes. It's incredible trifecta.
Well, that's amazing. I literally live around the corner from Toes, and I need to come over there and visit. And I'll bring my original painted yoga mats, which I believe I gave you one for payment for some modeling services. So
yeah, it was beautiful.
I hope you're using it. It's fun. So, the amazing thing now, there's a concept you've come up with, and that's kind of what I guess most people are waiting to hear us talk about. Nude yoga. Nude showering, I can handle that, Nude yoga, it's like, okay, what is that about? And what created this idea in you? How did this come about that you're thinking this is restorative and beneficial to women? And it is exclusively for women. This is not a co-ed thing.
No,
and as I said, the location is private.
Yeah, so it's women's nude yoga. So sorry, males. Even though I do believe that we all, whether we're in the female or male form, have a female, feminine, and masculine energy about us, or way, whatever you resonate with. This class, these workshops are specifically for the female form. And that's one for privacy, two for a level of being comfortable and allowing us to actually release and dive into the work. Because it's a lot easier, I found, when you're with your sisters and you're looking around the room and you all have the same part. Nude yoga, you want me to explain a bit?
Absolutely, because I'm not sure how that would work. And I think the listeners would also love to hear, what is this about?
Yeah, okay. So I think from what I've gathered from a few comments with friends, they go, well, are we going to be doing a lot of downward dogs and provocative moves? And oh my gosh, someone's going to be behind me and going to see my backside or whatever, all these angles. But it's going to be in a low light. It's only candle lit. That's the only lighting we'll have. Completely private area. And there's chocolate involved. And it's just us growing comfortable with ourselves. That's the reason why I started this, is because I know for myself, comparing my body, my experience to other people and other women's bodies and other experiences, and that leaves me depleted. It leaves me feeling bad about myself, creating negative mental chatter, which is nonstop. And I just got fed up with it. And I see what that does for me. And then I also see how when I'm in that place, I'm not able to see myself more truly and in a beautiful place. And I'm not able to see others more truly and in a more beautiful place. And so enough is enough. I want to love myself. I think that's beautiful medicine. I know it's beautiful medicine. And I want women to do the same. I want us to grow stronger rather than against one another. And why not go all the way and really learn to love yourself? I've learned that might be the most intimidating, but it's not the worst thing that we could do to love ourselves. So,
right. I think a lot of us were brought up in a generation that was children are to be seen and not heard, and we were not taught self-love. And I'm in a different generation than you. I do have to say that, you're all listening, and Victoria is saying she may struggle with self-image, as do I and every other woman on the planet. And yet Victoria is a perfectly in shape, beautiful young woman. And yet the pressure of ourselves and society that we accept that pressure to be perfect is part of, it sounds to me, the reason you're conceiving of this nude yoga class for women. And another thing I can tell you is when I have attended yoga classes, very few people are focused on someone else. You're there to be in a spiritual healing place, to work with your body and your mind and your spirit. And we're not focused on the others. So I think that's something women can know about nude yoga or yoga at all. You can have any level of skill. There's props, there's support, there's no judgment.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
the biggest one.
I do the mountain pose all the time if I'm stressed. I find just even in a moment doing that pose changes my vibration, changes my stress level, brings it down. And I'm not super flexible. So if you're not, don't be afraid to try yoga, because it is a journey.
Yeah, everything's a journey. Yoga is a journey. It's beginner friendly. The women's nude yoga is beginner friendly. All of my yoga classes are beginner friendly. I like to feel welcomed. I like to feel loved. from myself and from others. I like to feel supported. I like to feel encouraged. I like to feel invited. And so again, as a teacher, as a person, as someone walking their walk and going through their journey, I know this to be true for myself. And so in the most authentic place that I can be, I give that out to other people. I invite you in to experience your journey alongside me, and we walk each other home. So in the women's nude yoga specifically, it all levels friendly. If you are new to yoga, that's fine. The primary focus is self-love. And we all have kind of dived into that a little bit, regardless what end of the spectrum, whether it's don't know self-love or we know a little bit every now and then, and we find that really pretty dress. The primary focus is self-love. It's not flexibility. It's not endurance. And the class is created in a way to where wherever you are welcomed, you are supported, you are encouraged, you are invited, you are loved, and hopefully we really have some magic happen. I think we will.
Sounds pretty magical. And can you imagine your first yoga experience as a woman being a women's nude yoga class, where you literally begin that journey stripped of everything? You know, you're there simply to receive love, give love, love yourself, and begin a journey of healing and building your life through yoga, because it truly is more than a physical practice. It connects your soul, your mind, and your body, and it seems that you can't even avoid that. When you're doing yoga, it just happens. It's part of the practice.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, we can try our darndest to resist that at times. I know sometimes I do. And then another reason why women's nude yoga is happening is because I'm tired of putting all these walls up to protect something so small, but that has so much power over me, which is negative anything, negative self-talk, negative body image, whatever. I'm ready to just path of least resistance, embrace all that alignment of the body, mind, spirit, emotions, and create a deep center where we fall into all of those. They're invited, and we're like, synchronicity in life. Cool.
Yeah, self-release from the negative loop that can run through our head about, oh, I didn't do that right, and I looked this way, and I wish I looked that way, and I said the wrong thing, or maybe I should have supported so-and-so. So many thoughts that we have running through our head is a negative mantra instead of positive affirmations, which build our life. And it's like the law of attraction.
Yeah.
You know, what we think, what we say, what we put out, that's the law of attraction. We attract those same things. So if you put out love, theoretically, we're going to get love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or if you put out the want, you put out I know for myself, a lot of times, lately I've been saying, I don't know how, which is not necessarily true. We ultimately do know what's up. We just resist doing what we know we have to do. But if you just put out the willingness, the intention to receive it, and the universe or whatever, God, whoever you resonate with, they're going to say, finally you came around. Cool. I got this really great story planned up for you. And here it is.
Yeah, sometimes we just have to get out of our own way. And the interesting thing, the Art Beat of Chattanooga is the show. And some people may think, well, yoga, is that art? It sounds to me through our discussion and other discussions I've had with other yoga instructors is your goal in your class is to create an environment and an experience to evoke emotion and response in people. And that, if you look up the definition of art, really is the definition of art. It is certainly one of the arts, and we just had the Southern Bend Yoga Festival raising money for the Children's Organ Transplant Association here in Chattanooga. So it's used for a lot of good, generally. And if you're considering entering the world of yoga, take it from someone like me who's not super flexible. I still do yoga, and I struggle with getting to where I want to be physically with it. But people like you, I didn't know that you had to hold a pose for, I think it's at least 2 minutes for it to really affect that muscle, to change that muscle group. Is that a concept you're familiar with?
Yeah. I also understand that there are many a concept in this world. As I'm sure we all know, if we have an opinion on something, there's someone else with the opposite. So yeah, I do sometimes more so with myself. I will play around with holding a pose a little longer, and then I will also play around with, and I can believe in not holding a pose for too long. There's also a theory that you hold it for no more than 3 seconds. So it's just time and relinquish the goal-oriented state, because really it's not, the goal should just be self satisfactions, love and appreciation, not this one specific thing. So if you look at that, man, your blinders are on, you're going to miss so much of the, it's, for me, art and yoga, everything is art, but with yoga, it's self-expression. That's where I come in, and that's how I lead my students, is self-expression. You do you. Downward dog with me may look different to you, but you don't have my body. I don't have yours. So let's meet in the middle of appreciation and just express our journey. And that's where the good stuff comes in.
Yeah, it's definitely a no judgment situation in the majority of yoga classes I've experienced and people that I've spoken with. And that's a beautiful thing. And then adding on top of that, nude yoga. My mind is trying to wrap around this. It's going to...
Mine too.
Yeah. You're like, what have I done?
Oh, I'm excited, but it's, I don't see how I could invite people in to a space where I'm holding space for myself and for others without me doing the work too. So I'm right there with you, ladies. Like, I'm going to be there. I'm excited to know that I've come this far with my own journey to where I can hold space for you all, hopefully. But I'm still taking the medicine. I'm still doing the work of self-love. I'm not perfect. And that's why we're coming together, is because we're perfect, because we're not. There's no perfect. You keep striving for that, then you're going to be tired. So tired.
Yeah, we can strive to love ourselves and to give positive love and goodness to other people. And we're going to run up against, no matter how hard we try, like you said, for every push, there's a pull. For every belief, there's another. And even though we sometimes give love, we temporarily may not think it's coming back to us. But I believe 100% that we do eventually receive what we give. And if we continue to set aside self-judgment and judgment of others and embrace self-love and love of others, it's going to bring positive results in our long-term life.
Yeah.
And, yoga is a part of that practice. I know there's not rules, but there's a lot of things connected with yoga spiritually and I don't mean like, oh, it's all crazy spiritual, but, the self-spirituality of becoming still for a moment. Stopping in that moment, and you're in your body and you're in your mind, and that's all you're doing at that moment. And it really brings you to a slower place where thoughts and feelings can manifest themselves that you may miss otherwise. I have found myself.
Yeah, I have those moments. Sometimes it comes in a pack of 3. Sometimes it comes in a, when's it going to come?
Yeah.
But it's that synchronicity that we mentioned earlier of all the elements that are crucial, that are imperative for vital living, optimal well-being. It's the beauty of the work, of practice. It's all practice. And when you become open and intentional about it and persistent with it, continuous, those moments of, I'm still, wow, an epiphany. Wow, I've been reaching for that. I've been going for that nonstop. And it takes you to slow down and allow it to receive. That's the thing, the pull for push. That can be a beautiful thing as well, because sometimes we get push, and then we forget to receive. And that's not the reason why Women's Nude Yoga is here. Women, we are nurturers. We put ourselves last, mostly. If you don't, right on, good on you. But a lot of times, again, speaking from my own experience, a nurturer, I'll deal with myself later, but then I'm depleted, I'm tired, and then I forget. What was it that I needed again?
Yes.
So let's receive. Let's give and receive. And it's in the same space. We're giving and receiving in the same space, the same time, with women doing the same thing. And that sounds like magnifying intention. That's going to be pretty potent.
Sounds like a beautiful time. I love the picture with the candles. If women are listening, the women who are listening that are interested in coming, how can they get a hold of you, Victoria, to involve themselves or have any questions answered that they may have concerning this event?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me through Facebook, Victoria Priest, P as in party, RIEST, as in salute yourself for coming to Nude Yoga, and T.
Awesome. So if this is something you're considering, ladies, I'm considering it. I'm scared. I don't know if I'm going to pull it off, but I'm certainly proud of Victoria and all of you who are going to do it.
Nude Yoga.
And Nude Yoga, here we come, Chattanooga, private event. We're not giving out the address. This is not about sex. This is about,
Self-love.
I might have just said a naughty word on the air. I'm not sure. But this is about learning to love yourself. Thank you for joining us on the Heartbeat of Chattanooga. Have a great day.
Give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
I'm Larry Daniels from